Pakistan are one of the most top-heavy teams in this entire tournament. They do have a middle order, but it's not the most robust middle order, and they definitely are reliant on their top order for a quick start inside the power play. And if you watched my previous video, I'll link it somewhere over here, so do go and check that out. I talked about how India's wicket-taking ability inside the power play in recent times has not been the best. So this is a clear battle between India's power play bowling and Pakistan's top order, which could decide the outcome of this match. Especially the second highest run scorer in T20s in 2025, Sahibzada Farhan, he holds the key for Pakistan because he's the one who gives them fast starts inside the power play. Now, how do India plan against Farhan inside the power play? Because even in the Asia Cup, in all the three matches, Farhan had scored runs against India. For starters, he is relatively weak against left-arm pace as compared to right-arm pace, average, strike rate, all of it takes a hit, and this reflects even in his PSL numbers where his strike rate is significantly lower against left-arm pace as compared to right-arm pace, and that is where I feel 𝗙𝗿𝗃 Singh becomes critical in this particular fixture. Also, I think in 2024-25 when Pakistan had toured Australia, Spencer Johnson had dismissed him in all the three matches, and in all the three matches, Farhan got out while playing the pull shot. So this is something for India to keep an eye on. I think while playing the pull in the power play since 2023, Farhan has 3 to 4 dismissals, a control percentage of under 60, and he averages just about 16.5 or something. And if you look at his technique as well, he clears his front leg, which allows his bat swing, and that's why he's so strong in the mid-on to the mid-wicket region. In fact, he's very good even while lofting it above above mid-off, I'm so sorry. But at the same time, if 𝗙𝗿𝗃 Singh can bowl maybe back of a length or maybe short length deliveries as Spencer Johnson did and take it away, basically angle it away from Farhan, that kind of makes it difficult for him to execute those pull shots, and that can be a plan against him because there is data, there is evidence, and I feel like his technique also made him successful against Jasprit Bumrah because he clears his front leg and because Bumrah angles the ball into the right-hander with a stable base that allowed him to loft Bumrah down the ground. And in fact, about more than 70% of Farhan's runs against Bumrah, they came in the mid-off to the mid-wicket region. So that can be a plan. Short balls, maybe angling away 𝗙𝗿𝗃 Singh inside the power play. That can be one plan. And second, I mean, Jasprit Bumrah bhi to hai. So we know what happened in the Asia Cup, right? Farhan scored 51 runs against Jasprit Bumrah inside the power play, and he actually made quite a few records. In fact, there were documentaries also made, just for hitting Jasprit Bumrah for about 50-51 runs, and that actually speaks much more about Bumrah than about Farhan. Anyway, I think because of Farhan's technique, and even the data suggests, if you look at his short areas, he's not very strong playing it square on the offside, which is why you will not find him playing the cut shot too often. I feel like perhaps slower balls outside off on a good length can be the way for Jasprit Bumrah to go against Sahibzada Farhan. So keep it away from his hitting arc, vary your pace outside off, good length balls, try and get him to play the cover drive, the square drive, towards point, because these are shots and areas which he does not really access very often, and that can make him uncomfortable. However, it is Jasprit Bumrah. I fully trust him to come up with a solution and actually bowl much better than what he did in the Asia Cup against Sahibzada Farhan. Now coming to the other opener, Saim Ayub. Fortunately for India, he also has a similar issue. If you look at his numbers overall, PSL plus T20Is, his average and his strike rate both, especially his strike rate, it takes a significant dip against left-arm pace as compared to right-arm pace. And once again, 𝗙𝗿𝗃 Singh, he will be the trump card for India. Inside the power play, expect him to pick at least a wicket or two, maybe both of these, maybe one of these, but yeah, he will be absolutely critical for India inside the power play. And much like Farhan, even Saim Ayub has an issue on the pull shot. Multiple dismissals, low control percentage, low average, and I think India can target him with short balls as well. If you look at his catch map, it's very obvious, right? You need to have a deep square leg in place because Saim Ayub, he does play the pull shot, bowl short balls, short of a good length, get him to play the pull shot, have a deep square leg in place, and you can see a cluster over there. So there have been multiple dismissals where he has been out pulling and caught in the deep, in the deep square leg region. So that is another strategy. And the second thing about Saim Ayub is, if you bowl full, his strike rate is about 155, 160. But if you bowl it on a good length, that strike rate drops straight away to 70, 71 or 72. So it's in the early 70s. So both Jasprit Bumrah and 𝗙𝗿𝗃 Singh keep hitting a good length against Saim Ayub, test match line length, and yeah, I think that should do the trick. So clear strategies against both. Farhan and Saim Ayub, I think it's very important for India to nail the power play, because otherwise, because of the venue, Colombo, and Pakistan, they have a good spin attack, right? Abrar Ahmed, Mohammad Nawaz, Usman, what's his name? I forgot, but the guy who has been in controversy of late. And they also have Saim Ayub himself, who bowls quite good part-time spin. So they have a very decent spin attack. And I feel like Colombo, with this Pakistani spin attack in this tournament, it reduces the gap between the two teams. Had this game been played in maybe Delhi or on a standard flat T20 wicket, India are miles ahead. But because it is in Colombo, and taking into consideration, the strengths and weaknesses of both the teams, I think the gap is narrower this time, and this could be a very exciting contest. For India to win, I think nailing the power play is very important.